Hi, I'm Mindy, the natural dyer and owner of Henlia Handmade. I am going to do a sweater audit for you today to show you what I look for when I'm looking through my hand knit sweaters and what I'm looking for when I'm doing my sweater audit. And kind of how I assess what I like, what I don't like, about the fit of sweaters, and other details, and then kind of identify the gaps in my wardrobe and see kind of what I want to plan for in the future for my sweater wardrobe. So let's get started. Not quite tall enough. Okay, so this is my Flax Tin Can Knits sweater. It's an oldie but a goodie. I have had this sweater for a really long time. It's a worsted weight sweater, and it's knit in wool of the Andes, Knit Picks wool of the Andes that I dyed myself with natural dyes. And I just kind of did my own little fade on this. I made this before fades were even really talked about much, but I don't wear this sweater very often. I like it, but I think I don't gravitate towards it naturally just because it's not as soft as some of my other sweaters. But I like the fit of it, and I like, you know, the fun details down the arm. The neckline has stretched out some, but that doesn't bother me. I actually really like and prefer a wide neckline. So I do actually like this. I just wore this the other day and remembered how I really do actually like this sweater. This is, I would probably say, my favorite of my worsted weight sweaters. I just don't wear it all that often, and as you'll find out here in a few more minutes, I don't actually wear my worsted weight sweaters all that often. So it's definitely a keeper. It's in really good shape, probably because I don't wear it that often. And it's also made out of such hardy wool. So, you know, that wool of the Andes, if you have any experience with it, it's just a really sturdy wool that I think will probably hold up for just about forever. So I don't have any worn spots or anything. It looks, this sweater looks like it's in really good shape. So let's move on to our next sweater. Okay, if you have been around my online space for any period of time, you probably have heard me sing the praises of The Weekender Light by Andrea Mowry. Let me see if I can fix this a little bit. This is my most worn sweater by a long shot. This is the sweater I throw on as soon as I get up in the morning, and I'll wear it until I get dressed. Sometimes I'll even continue wearing it even after I'm officially dressed for the day. It's such well, it's my only fingering weight sweater, and I think that it's just kind of like that perfect layer for me. I just throw it on, and I wear it basically year round, because in the mornings, even in the summertime here, usually it's quite cool. High desert, it gets really cold at night, even in the summertime. So when I take my morning cup of tea out onto my porch in the summer mornings, which I'm dreaming about right now, I'll still throw a sweater on, because more often than not I still need that extra, that little layer. So Um, it's also, because it's fingering weight, I only need to, like, I can still layer on top of it as well. So I can put another sweater on over it. It's also a great base for showing off shawls. Yeah, I just love it. And I actually I'm working on my second one right now in a fun pink color. This was made from my own Henley handmade yarn in the Bachelor base, and it's in the colorway Thunderstorm, and it's a natural gray, undyed gray wool. So anyway, my only complaint about this sweater is that I actually knew that I wanted to knit my sleeves extra long because I think Andrea Mowry must have very narrow arms in comparison to me. And so I knew that the width of my arms was gonna take the length up. I knit these sleeves at least, I'll have to look at my notes, but I think it was an inch or two longer than what was in the pattern, written in the pattern. And it still is not the length that I want. So I'm making that mental note, and I'm going to try to find my notes and see how much longer that I need to knit these sleeves to actually fit me properly. Now, this sweater has gotten a lot of wear, so it probably is due for a little soak and some wool wash, and I bet that will lengthen the arms out again. But again, as I wear it, the sleeves are just gonna raise as I wear into the wool. So this yarn and sweater weight and design it's just beautiful. I love how it's loose and comfortable and flowy. I can just throw it on. It's just a really nice sweater, and I guess that's why I'm making another one right now. I do love it. Someday I would like to make the worsted weight weekender, but it's not on my radar at the moment, so let's move on to the next sweater. This is the Fern and Feather sweater by Jennifer Steingass. She, and it's knit with the wider neckline. This pattern comes with two neckline options, and I chose to knit the wider neckline because I like the wider necklines typically. Now, I shortened it because I wanted a cropped version. You'll see, like, these are high-waisted jeans, and they come just to the top of my waistband. I knit this specifically because I wanted a cropped sweater to wear over dresses and yeah, mainly dresses, or if I was going to wear a skirt. I like this sweater. It was super fun to knit. I love knitting color work. The problem I have with it is I don't think I like cropped sweaters on me. It was a great idea in concept, and I wanted to try it. And I do sometimes wear it because I do wear some dresses in the winter and the fall with leggings. And I need that extra warmth. I just don't love the way it looks on me, and that's probably just, my body shape. There's there's this little, you can see it looks like I have a stain or something on there. I got a little too vigorous when I was joining my yarn. I was spit splicing, and I've never been able to get it to look like it should, so it's okay. It doesn't bother me much. This was made from Henley Handmade Broken Top. This cream is natural undyed. It's in the color, I call it the colorway Clouds. And then the color work was done also in Henley Handmade Broken Top in the colorway Oh What a Night. And I really like it. The color isn't showing up quite right, but it's like a purples and greens. So anyway, it's really pretty. And it's really soft. It's a really nice sweater. I just don't wear it. I would like to make another pattern from Jennifer Steingass. I think I bought 3 sweaters. I think she's the one that always offers a buy 2 get 1 free or get 1 50% off with her sweater patterns. So when I bought this, there were several that I really liked, so I bought a few, and I haven't gone back to make the other ones yet, so I would like to do that. And I won't crop them this time. This time I think I'll make it full length. I've thought about going back and lengthening this, but I wear it often enough that I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So, because like I said, I do want a sweater to wear with my dresses and skirts. So, or I guess I should say dress and skirt. I only have one right now of each. So, yeah, so that's this sweater. I have noticed that this sweater is definitely in need of some wool wash. The sleeves have gotten a little, like the ribbing around the wrists have gotten, needs some cleaning. But overall it looks really good. I don't see any worn spots really. I thought when I was wearing it the other day that one of the elbows was getting a little worn, but it looks fine. So that's the Fern and Feather with the whiter neckline. As long as we're talking about worsted weight cropped sweaters, that was a worsted weight sweater. Let's talk about my Felix cardigan. Okay, so again, I have a sleeve thing. I can't figure out the right length of sleeves for me. I did make this long on purpose, again, because I wanted to be able to roll up the cuffs. In fact, she may even have hers rolled up in the designer. The Felix cardigan is by Amy Christoffers. Christoffers? I could be wrong about the sleeves, but when I envisioned myself wearing it, I thought I want to roll up the sleeves. So I do, and I really kind of have to because they're so long. Okay, so again, the cropped sweater thing. This one is a little bit longer than the Fern and Feather. It's worsted weight. I love this cute little eyelet details on the where you increase. It's a nice wide neckline. It has all the components of a sweater that I would love. It's blue. Also knit in Henley Handmade Broken Top. This colorway is called Wild Blue Yonder. I don't wear it as often as I thought I would. Again, it was intentionally made. It was a choice that I made to knit this to go over my dress that I specifically a specific dress that I made that I sewed for myself a few summers ago now, maybe a couple. It's soft, it's cozy, it's comfy. I don't know why I don't wear it more, but I don't. Maybe if I wore my dress more often. I used to wear it a lot, and then I just kind of stopped wearing it. I don't know what to say about it. I do love it, and I recommend the pattern. I just feel a little frumpy in it. I guess maybe it's just, I don't know. I don't feel like that in my Weekender Light, which is also really baggy. But for some reason, maybe it's because it's worsted weight, that I feel like I just feel a little frumpy in it. So I don't think that I would make another one of these, but I do really like it. So I don't hate it, I guess. It's not the kind of sweater that I would take out just to reuse the yarn for something else, which, you know, that's always a possibility. So as long as we're talking cardigans, let's talk about this baby. This is the Spark cardigan by Andrea Mowry. The sleeve length you're gonna see is continually an issue for me. Man, I can't tell you how many times I measured the length of these sleeves as I was knitting them, because I didn't want another Felix situation. I don't know. I still went long, but I would rather go long than too short, because you can always roll them up. So this is also made out of Henley Handmade Broken Top. The cream is Clouds. The color is, I don't remember the name of it. I believe it was from the Mother's Day kit that I did and that I put out in 2022. Oh. Okay, so I wanted to love this sweater so much. I loved knitting it. I love shawl colors. I love color work. I loved the colors of the yarn. I wanted a fun colored cardigan to throw over my clothes. I think I just made the wrong size. I usually make a size, I think 4 in Andrea Mowry's patterns. I'll have to double check on that. Maybe it's a 3. This just does not fit me right, and maybe it's because of it being color work. I did check my gauge because I was concerned with the color work. You know, many times your stitching gets tighter, your tension is greater, and so you need to adjust for that when you're doing color work. But I did, and it just doesn't fit me right. The back, like, it looks like it fits me across the back, but this is not how a shawl collar should fold. A shawl collar should fold like this, right? And I can't, it's all I can do to even get it to not flap over, what's, full layover, the front layover. I should probably try blocking it again. I don't think it's gonna fix this though. Again, it just makes me feel, you know what, I've also gained some weight since I knit this last year, so that probably hasn't helped that it's the way it fits either. I don't want to take it out and use the yarn for something different, because I still feel like this is a good kick around the house sweater when it's particularly cold, and I do still wear it. I just don't wear it out very often. I tried wearing it for dropping off my kids this morning, and I just felt so uncomfortable. So life is too short to wear sweaters that you feel uncomfortable in. It's a great house sweater. It's a house sweater. So, yeah, this was a bummer. This was a bummer. I've never really worn it all that much, but I do love the inside too. I just love color work. I think it's great. I love everything about it. I do. Okay, so I have 2 more sweaters. I have a couple other sweaters that I've never quite finished, or I made a really long time ago and they just don't fit me at all anymore. But so I'm gonna pass on those. But this here is another Andrea Mowry sweater pattern. This is the DRK Everyday Sweater. It's made, it's a DK weight sweater, and it's made from Elsa wool and spun DK. The light gray color is silver, and the darker color is called light gray. I had some Elsa wool yarn. It's gorgeous yarn. I love it. It's all undyed, that you can buy from her, and it's just really, really beautiful wool. I love the wool and spun. It's nice and warm and soft and cozy. It pills a little bit, but that isn't a huge deal for me. And there was something else I was going to say about it. It's really great. It's really great. Okay, I love this sweater. I chose to fade the 2 different colors because I had some in my stash, but I didn't have enough to do a full sweater. And then I ended up ordering more anyway because I was trying to fade the 3 colors, the 3 shades of the gray that I had from Elsa wool, and it just didn't look good. So, because it was like cutting me like right in the thickest part anyway. So I ended up ordering more of the light gray to finish the sweater. And I love it. I wear this sweater every week, at least once a week. I'm not crazy about the invisible increases because I don't think, maybe I just need more practice with them. I don't know. I think that they're very visible. Doesn't stop me from wearing the sweater all the time. And it's comfortable, it's cozy, I love it. And I recommend the pattern too. So even though the increases are a little weird, I wouldn't mind trying it again. And as I've found, I really like the DK weight sweater. So my last sweater is also a DK weight. This is, well, I don't actually know how to pronounce it properly. Fjolla, it's Fjolla by Isabelle Kramer. This is actually my second sweater. I didn't show you by Isabelle Kramer. I didn't show you the other one that I've made from her because I have like this much left to do on the sleeve, so I haven't actually worn it. But this, it fits me really, really well. I really, really love it. The beautiful lace panel down the sleeves, the cute little detail at the neckline. I love it. And it's gray, so it goes with everything. Most of my sweaters are fairly muted because I like to be able to easily throw on any other hand knit item, shawl, hat, whatever, and just know that I feel put together. Now that doesn't stop me from mixing and matching whatever whatever I have whenever I want to, but I just like knowing that sometimes like that my knits are blending well together. So okay, this is also, so this was the darkest shade of gray that I was using to fade this into down here when I decided that I didn't like the way that looked. So I took it out, and then I went and I bought more yarn from Elsa Wool so that I could do a whole sweater, in this. You know, it's interesting because it looks like I have a line right here, which it must just be the lighting, because there's no way there's no way there's a line, because I knit the sleeves separately from the body, so the sleeves would have been a different skein of yarn. Anyway, it must just be a weird shadow. But I love this sweater, and I wear this one once a week easily, usually more than once, I think. And yeah, it's held up really well. The elbows look great. What I think I've learned from my sweater audit today is that I need lighter weight cardigans, because I have 2 hand knit cardigans. Both of them are worsted weight, and I don't wear either of them super often. And I do find myself wishing that I had more lightweight cardigans to just throw over the top of my clothes, especially during transition, the season changes. So that's something that I definitely want to include in my sweater knitting plans soon-ish. I really like top-down sweaters. Top-down, this is top-down. Fern and Feather is top-down. Flax is top-down. This is top-down. Felix Cardigan is top-down. And Sparks was bottom-up, I believe. The Weekender is bottom-up. Oh, you know, I was going to mention something else about this. This was knit in the round and steeked up the front, and then the stitches were picked up to knit the shawl collar. It was the first time I had ever steeked a sweater. If you don't know what steeking is, it's when you knit something and cut it, so you knit it in the round. This is many times done with sweaters, cardigans, although I'm sure there's other applications for it. So imagine the collar isn't there. It was knit like this, round and round and round, and then I took scissors to my knitting and very carefully cut all the way up here, and then added the collar. I did watch a few tutorials on that before I did it, because it was the first time I'd ever done it. And I know it sounds kind of scary. It was a little nerve-wracking, but I trusted the process, because, you know, I know it's done. So I figured if everybody else can do it, I can do it too. And it worked out fine. I didn't have any problems with it whatsoever. I believe I reinforced it with both a crochet, what is that called? A crochet reinforcement. And I also took, just for extra security, I took it to my sewing machine as well and did a little zigzag over where I cut, just to make sure. I wasn't really that worried about it. It's not, all of my yarn here is non-superwash yarn, so it tends to be a little stickier, grippier anyway, so I wasn't. Anyway, if you've never steeked before and are scared to, give it a try. It's not nearly as scary as you think it might be. So my takeaways from my sweater audit: this year. More lightweight sweaters. I don't have really any worsted weight sweaters that I'm totally in love with, which leads me to believe that either I haven't found the right sweater pattern or sweater yarn combination yet in worsted weight, or that I just prefer lighter weight sweaters. And I think that's kind of where I'm leaning, although I would like to try Andrea Mowry's Weekender in worsted weight because I love the Weekender light so much. It'd be fun to try that and to do an audit, you know, a year down the road and see if I love the worsted weight as much as I like the lightweight version. So my big takeaways are that I would like to add some lightweight cardigans to my sweater wardrobe soon. And my sweaters are in really good shape, which is fantastic. They're all probably due for a good soak in some wool wash and blocking. And they all mainly fit except for the Sparks cardigan. So even though I've gained, I don't know, maybe 15 pounds in the last year, they all still fit me, and they all still, I think, look fine, except for this one, which is a bummer because it did bring me a lot of joy while I was knitting it. So I guess there's always that. So anyway, I think those are my biggest takeaways. I don't think there's any sweaters that I want to take apart and reuse the yarn for something else. And I don't even think there's any repairs I need to do this year. I probably need to get my my D-pillar out. What is that called? I can't remember what it's called. But I have a D-pillar. I probably need to do that to just about all of my sweaters for some good annual maintenance. But there we have it. That's what I've learned from my sweater audit this year. I think this was a lot of fun. I'm going to try to make a habit of doing this on an annual basis because it does give you a lot of valuable feedback. And while, you know, I'd been thinking a lot of these things, it's good to just get it out there and make it official. And, you know, I have a fingering weight sweater on my needles right now, that second Weekender light, and I have 2 more fingering weight sweaters in my queue that I was planning on knitting soon. None of them are cardigans though, so I'm gonna have to think about that because I would like to add some cardigans. So I think I've gleaned some good information today, and I don't know, I just encourage you to maybe take a look at your sweaters too. Sweater audit might be interesting, and you might learn something that you hadn't noticed previously from your hand knit sweater wardrobe. And let me know. Is this something that you do already, and it's maybe something that we don't talk about often enough in the knitting community? I don't know. Maybe I'm just the only one who doesn't do this on a regular basis, but I would love to hear if you are. Let me know in the comments, and what you've learned this year or in years past that have helped direct your future knitting plans to help you build that handmade wardrobe that you want to wear every single day. So thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, and yeah, you can always find me at henleahandmade.com. Thank you for watching.